Meu Deus. Que é isso? Onde é que eu tô me metendo? Oi?
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin.
I don't know you. If you're after something, go and see Chenyik. And stay out of the way.
Ok, quem é
Could
esse
you tell me more
Chenyik?
about this Chenyik?
In case you haven't caught on yet, he's not likely to tell you much. He's got this place under his thumb. That's all.
And where can I find this Chenyik?
How do I know? He'll be round here somewhere. Or not. See if he's with Hugo.
And who's he?
You'll recognize him.
Ok,
Right.
vou lá falar com ele.
I'm gonna see if I can find that Chenyik.
Bem, vamos aqui entrar nesse submundo. Decoração peculiar, né?
A beer and a rag, please.
Olá rapaziada, como é que vocês estão? Espero que sejam bem, vamos a mais um episódio de Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 e neste episódio, depois de trocentas mil missões secundárias, agora vamos começar a avançar na principal, até porque Henry precisa encontrar Liechtenstein antes do inimigo, só que para isso ele vai precisar ir para um lugar suspeito com pessoas muito suspeitas e macabras, um buraco na parede onde todo tipo de pessoa se esconde, e é claro, a gente vai ter que conseguir a confiança de uma certa guilda. Só que antes de mais nada, vamos ao nosso pequeno top padrão. Pega uma meio de petisco, chama os amigos e bora se divertir. Mas antes deixa que ele já enquece esse coração. Se não for inscrito, já aproveita e se inscreve. Bora lá. Ai, 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 ai.
A beer and a rag, please. What's that?
Ah, mendigo.
These days, no one's ever really safe.
Que isso? Ah, tá tendo briga ali.
Stop beating him!
Vai.
Why did you do that?
You'll kick the bucket, you shit! Fuck you!
Tá legal, todo mundo para pra ver. Até o cara que eu tenho que conversar para pra ver. Vai. Termina logo isso. Tomara que ele não machuca. Já tá machucando. E o guarda ali, numa boa. Você não vai impedir, não? Ele deve estar apostando dinheiro também.
To hell with you, you scum!
Eu, hein? Bem, ah, caramba. Ah! O de chapeuzinho vermelho.
Somebody's lying here.
Eu, hein? Ah, temos rufião, temos estalajadeiro.
Good afternoon.
Olá.
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin. Do you know him?
You'd be surprised the people I know.
So you know where I can find him?
Look here, youngster, whether I know him or not, the main thing is I don't know you. Got it?
I might be a stranger, yeah. But everyone had to come here for the first time once, didn't they?
Well, that's true enough. This alehouse hasn't stood here since the creation of the world. Although some of the guests look like they have. If you need something, ask Chenyik. I just pour ale. And he might even tell you something about that bastard. I never liked him much anyway.
You're talking as if he's not here anymore.
Kurva. Just go and see Chenyik. I don't know nothing.
Ok, e as
Is it true
lutas?
you hold fights here?
No bloody way. What we do here has nothing to do with fighting. Teeth fly in all directions. Bones crack. Blood flows. It's a bloodbath.
And people do this voluntarily?
Not only voluntarily, but willingly. There's quite a nice heap of money in it. And there are other things at play.
Parece algo pra mim.
Something for me.
As you wish. But if Damian, Zavish or Goliath slice you into schnitzel, don't come crying to me.
You can't scare me. I'm in.
Have it your way. I warned you. First, pay me the entry fee.
Vamos lá.
Here.
Well, let's see. A fight with Damian is first up for you. If he doesn't get you by force, he will certainly get you by pure stench alone.
Can't wait.
Zarvish is up second. When he fights, it's a joy to behold. But there's this one catch. When he's sober, he's not worth a damn. If you want to fight with him, you have to make certain he's got some drinks in him.
And can't you get those drinks into him yourself? You run this place, don't you?
I could, but Zarvish has quite a tab here already, so he won't get even a drop on the house anymore. But I won't let him fight if he's sober. Do with that what you may. The last one is Goliath, our champion. Nobody's ever defeated him here.
Maybe I'll be the first.
I know Goliath, and I know what he's capable of. If you value your life, when you go down, stay down. Well, and that's that. We hold the fights in the building next door. The lads will already be waiting for you there. And one more thing. No giving up. You fight as long as you're standing, and if you lose, well, you'll see.
Wonderful.
Legal, né? Dentes na bolsa. E o que tem de novo aqui?
Oh, there was this bloke here in fancy clothes. His name was Johann Parler. He said he was looking for a blacksmith who'll take on any job. Why don't you go and see him? I think he said he lived in the inn, in the merchant's quarter, and that's about it.
That doesn't sound bad. Thank you, innkeeper.
Hospedagem e alimentação
Can I get
também
something
aqui.
to eat and a place to sleep?
But of course, sir. And for how long?
I'd like to stay
tempo.
longer.
Of course, sir. Will you pay in advance?
All right. I'll pay. Here's the money.
A gente já tem 3 quartos nessa cidade, mas tudo bem.
I knew we'd come to an agreement. Our beds are clean, and you can eat as much as you want, sir.
Que bom. É porque você nunca sabe quando você realmente vai precisar
What do you have for sale?
de alguma coisa. Não. Horrível. Misericórdia. Jogo salvo? Tá bom, obrigado. Mas... Dado adulterado, dado par. Acho que tá bom.
I was glad to be of help to you, sir.
Desafie Damien para uma luta. Deixa eu só colocar essa roupa aqui, porque eu não sei se eles vão me despir ou não. Porco, coisinho. Rufião. Damien deve ser aquele ali. Não. Mendigo Damien. É esse daqui mesmo. Deixa eu... Moço.
Why did you start fighting?
I'm a pungy beggar with almost no teeth. What have I got to lose here?
The innkeeper said the fellas often break bones here. Aren't you scared of that?
That's a load of shit. Mole likes to exaggerate. Just because it happened a couple of times doesn't mean it's common. Did he also tell you Goliath beat someone to death here?
No.
Don't worry. It was a long time ago.
Come and fight.
All right, then. But I have another proposal. Mole gets his share from the fees, but only the winner gets the spoils. So, what would you say to a wee bet? So us weaker fighters have a chance?
You know, why not?
Mighty kind of you. Ready?
Uhum.
You can't.
Eita, preula. Agora eu vou ter que esperar. É, vou ter que esperar ele acordar. Vai, minha filha. Vai, acorda. Vamos, acorda. Acordou?
Such a wanker and he kicks my arse.
What do you mean, wanker? Getting your ass kicked once wasn't enough?
Just you wait. Zavish will wipe that smirk off your face. Here, take the money and get out of my sight, you prick.
Twins! Aren't you a bit blurry?
Pode ser.
Could you please explain why you only fight when you're in your cups?
That's easy. When I'm sober, I get easily distracted and find it hard to focus. The booze clears my head, and I can think only about how to rough up the churl in front of me.
Would you like to raise a cup with me?
Do I know you?
Well, no, not yet. But we can fix that. I'm Henry.
Zavish.
Well, should we drink something?
For all I care. But you're paying. They won't pour me anymore.
Here's something to drink. Enjoy.
E...
I was pretty damn thirsty. Bottoms up!
Now do you feel like fighting?
No, not yet. But we're almost there. Could you find another drop?
A
Tá.
drink for your other leg?
You're a fella I don't meet every day. Gloria!
Sujeito peculiar.
Well, how about that fight?
Absolutely.
Agora sim.
Should we fight?
Aye. But what do you say to a bet first? So we get something out of this.
Good idea. Here you are.
Sacra. I can't seem to count it. Well, I trust you. If worse comes to worse, I'll lose on it. Let's fight.
Caraca. Vamos, filho. Ai.
You never saw that coming. Watch and learn. Still believe in yourself? 2 on 1? What kind of shit is that? You call that
Caraca, ele é forte.
What kind of shit is that? 2 on 1? What kind of... You're not up to it. You cool?
Caraca.
Somebody gave you a good working over.
É, esse foi meio...
This? It's nothing. But thanks for asking.
Good fight.
Caraca.
Good, good. My skull's still spinning from it. Or is that from the drink? Lord knows. You get the whole bet, and don't drink it up right away.
Ok. Agora sim. Cadê o último? Caraca. Você tá escondido na porta.
It looks like Mole is pretty certain you're gonna win. Is it true no one's ever defeated you?
Oh, I reckon it's really true. But it wasn't for luck of them trying, you know.
Where'd you learn to fight like that?
My father gave me thrashings when I was little. He only stopped when I broke both his hands.
Credo.
Ever since then, no one's defeated me.
Shall we fight?
No problem. So, come and bet. You can't take any groschen to the grave anyway.
Well, why not? Here you go.
Now, say goodbye to your life.
Kick his teeth out the other side of his face.
Nice work! Come on, I'm winded. Wake up!
Au.
Hey, that's that. Ha!
Caraca, esses bichos são complicados, hein? Fala, meu filho, levanta.
You lousy bastard! I've been crushing men's bones for so long, and then this squirt comes along and... fuck me!
It could have gone either way, though.
You better believe it. If you just dropped your guard for a moment, you'd be picking your teeth up from that shit on the ground.
Well, luckily that didn't happen.
You should tell Mole about it. His head's gonna explode when he hears you beat me. Maybe I'll inherit this place then.
Não é você. Cadê? Pera aí. Pronto, o resto vai pelas 1000 poções.
I'll be eating a slap-up meal tonight and still have something left for...
How can I help you, sir?
I won all the fights.
No fucking way! Goliath isn't the undefeated champion anymore! Who'd have reckoned?
It couldn't last forever.
Anyway, the reward is yours. Here you go. One for Damian, another for Zavish, the third for Goliath, and a fourth one, just for surviving.
Thanks.
Que bom.
By the way, if you haven't had enough fighting yet, go and look around the cemetery at St. Bartholomew at night.
The cemetery? It's a bit late for fights there, isn't it?
If you meet who I'm talking about, you'll be glad if you don't end up staying there.
E tem de novo lá. E tem de novo por aqui. A gente vai pegar prego no caixão.
Nothing
Fazer uma
much.
atividade.
If you're looking to make some coin, I don't know about anything new.
Where can I find
Só
my
pra eu saber
room?
onde é o meu quarto.
Guest rooms are upstairs. Yours has a green wreath above the door.
Beleza. Obrigado. Eu já sei que eu tenho que falar com o Cheniak. Mas... tem uma nova missão aqui também. Só que eu queria muito saber sobre o cemitério à noite. O Grão-Mestre de Kuttenberg. O que é o Grão-Mestre de Kuttenberg? Ah, prega no caixão. Procure o Grão-Mestre de Kuttenberg. Vamos procurar ele então. Pra eu terminar essa daqui. Antes de continuar. Porque a gente vai ter que falar com um pessoalzinho aqui desse ramo líndio.
I think I heard about you in a fight club.
Really? About me? What did they tell you? And who, pray tell, are you?
Well, first things first, I'm Henry. From Scallops.
František is my name.
They told me I'd find the strongest competitor here. If it's not you, then I must be looking for some ghost.
I know this place like the back of my hand, and I've never seen a spook here. So I reckon you really are looking for me.
How does a city gravedigger like you become the best fighter in the area?
From necessity. The cemetery looks like a quiet place, but at night it can get pretty lively.
So I wasn't far from the truth with those ghosts.
I take good care of the cemetery, so the deceased rest in peace and wouldn't even think of haunting anyone. But I'm always chasing out drunkards and young couples who disturb the peace and quiet here. Mine and all those under the ground.
Do you still go and fight people just for fun once in a while?
I used to do it all the time. I went to the tavern after work and picked a fight with whoever crossed my path. I've even spent a few nights under lock and key when I overdid it.
That sounds like quite a wild youth.
Water under the bridge. I've turned a new leaf. I'm even on the bailiff's good side nowadays. That's because I can handle guarding this place all on my own.
I challenge you to a fight. Man to man.
Now, in broad daylight. Someone will see us and there'll be trouble. Come at night. It'll be quiet and no one will disturb us.
All right then.
Beleza. Então eu vou ter que esperar a noite. Aê, você foi renderizado.
I'll challenge you to a duel.
Then you shall have it. I accept. But first, let's clear up some rules.
All right.
First of all, fight like a man. I'm not going to chase you around here like a scared nanny goat. You stick your nose outside the cemetery wall and you're finished. If you've had enough, feel free to give up. I won't hurt you intentionally. I'm not a monster.
Do you expect the same from me?
No. On principle, I fight as long as I can stand on my own 2 feet. And be so kind and try not to stomp around here too much. So those under the ground here have some peace and quiet.
All right.
We'll go over there. There'll be more space. Ready?
Fuck you! Watch and learn!
Jesus! I'm hit!
Ai.
Useless!
Opa. Vamos lá, meu filho. Sobe, sobe, sobe.
There. That's that.
That wound. Oh, I haven't got a beating like that since I buried my pa.
Ah, don't be hard on yourself. You're no pushover either.
You'd better believe it. And my best years are long gone. Well, you beat me fair and square, I admit it. Perhaps God sent you to me as a sign I should take it easy in my old age.
Well, it's true someone sent me here. But it wasn't God.
But with a successor like you, I don't really mind. So you won't think I'm a monster. I'd like to give you something as a reward. I don't have much, but I could teach you something. What do you say to that?
Sim.
I'd like to learn something new.
I can show you how to deal with small repairs. Or tell you how to sneak up on someone so quietly, they only notice you once you're tickling them with the whip.
Deixa eu ver como é que ele ensina.
I don't know how to do all that much, but what I do know, I do it properly and with love.
What sort of skills does a gravedigger need to have?
Here in the graveyard, there's nary a moment when nothing needs fixing. That I can handle. And sometimes grave robbers and such vermin find their way in here. I can sneak up on them so quietly they don't notice me until they get the whip.
Well, both of those sound useful.
Not right now. Come back another time.
Beleza, vamos voltar a outra hora. Até porque eu preciso dormir, porque eu tô todo desgraçado.
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin. Do you know him?
Aye. But I reckon I ain't gonna tell you nothing.
Why not?
Por quê?
Because I don't know you. Although the way you're kitted out, you seem like you might fit in here.
Não tenho tempo. Meu lugar é aqui. Quem é você? Vou te pagar. Talvez eu possa ajudar com alguma coisa. Muito difícil. Será?
I'll fit right in here. After all, I'm in the trade.
Funny, I ain't seen your mug before, though.
No, I ain't from this neck of the woods. I do business mostly out of Colleen, only the catchpoles there are on my heels. I done in this fucker what owed me a pile of glint, only the bugger turns out to be the son of a councillor, so I needs to lay low for a bit, see? A mate of mine sent me to see Goatskin. Says he owes him from way back and he'd get me fixed up like...
One of ours from Colleen. Well, that's another story. Our doors is always open to you fellas. What was it you wanted to know?
I'm looking for Goatskin. I hear he used to come here.
Aye. Thing is, ain't nobody seen him here for a few days.
But he used to come here.
Aye. He was here day in, day out. Only this time some burly lads came here and duffed him up proper.
Do you know the men who beat him up?
No. But there were some Jews among them, and that's pretty odd. Seeing as how they don't usually get mixed up in nothing.
Why did they give him such a beating? Did they say anything?
Well, Goatskin is a right knobhead. Always asking for it, he is. But I reckon this time it was about his big gob. The last week he was coming, throwing glint around. And when we squeezed him about where he got the coin, he said he was spying for some lord.
And does this lord have a name?
He didn't say. We didn't swallow his yarn about spying anyway. We reckoned he made a score and just wanted to look like a big man.
A gente precisa dele pra achar o... Como chama a desgraça do cara que eu esqueci? A gente tá achando Lichon, um nome alemão esquisito.
What happened to Goatskin?
Já é a missão principal.
Does anyone know where he is now?
No word. But I reckon he's holed up somewhere, licking his wounds. Seems he stuck his nose in a wasp's nest, and he won't be sticking it out again for a while. If you're going to look for him, Try it at night. You don't stray far when he's on the job. Usually between Hradek and the horse market. He goes after drunks. So I try asking in the local drinking dens.
All right. What does he look like, though? He can't be the only fella who likes to relieve drunks of their purses.
God's truth. But you'll know Goatskin when you see him. They call him that on account of how he got kicked in the head by a goat as a nipper. He's got a dent in his forehead you could use for a game of marbles.
Credo.
Why didn't you defend Goatskin? Isn't he one of you?
He is and he ain't. I'm no saint, but that Goatskin stepped in some nasty shit and then walked it in our door and all. I ain't saying we don't look out for each other, but there's limits, innit?
I'm sure you know the town better than me. What drinking dens are there on Goatskin's Patch?
Between the horse market and Hradek, there's the Black Horse, a miner's tavern. Wayman the taverner used to be a miner, and then there's the Big Bathhouse. It belongs to some bloke called Adam. He tarted the place up big.
Any others?
None I know.
Thanks. I'll go and look for him.
I wish you luck then. He ain't the brightest, but he's got a real talent for saving his own skin. Once you're done with him, come by and see us. Seems after all you're a pretty handy bloke. We could use the likes of you.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got some job for me, you can tell me straight up. So what kind of work do you have for me?
A job worthy of your skills. But first, just a little test to see that you're not as dim-witted as that arsehole Goatskin. What is Wycliffe's first thesis?
Primeira tese de... Sei lá, não faço ideia.
Wycliffe's first thesis? What are you...
Not a good start. Second question. Which estate has the greatest reformatory potential?
The commoners.
Correct! The Reformation must start from the bottom and ignite like a flame in the hearts of all, so that in the end the Holy Church itself will be set ablaze with purifying fire.
I knew right away that the people who meet here in the hole are a different bunch.
You thought we were just paupers who couldn't count to 5, didn't you? But now let's see who's the pauper. Last question. Who is the rightful king of Bohemia?
Venceslau.
There's no doubt about it.
Indeed. All right. Now let's talk about the job. Maybe this will disappoint you a little, but it concerns Wenceslas's brother. It's he who will secure your place in our humble company.
From what you said, I gather you're not spying for Sigismund. It's rather the other way around, huh?
We call ourselves the Guild. We profess the ideals of equality and brotherhood. Our only law is the Holy Bible. Worldly justice is as fickle as a common whore, yielding to those who are in power.
Justice for me or the gallows. Aren't you afraid to end up there?
Friend, one must be willing to suffer for the truth. Sigismund is a usurper. And the church and the magistrates are but a lowly whore spreading her legs for Sigismund. As long as we go against Sigismund and honor the scripture, our souls remain pure.
What if I go and tell the bailiff you're calling him a whore? Just out of courtesy, eh?
Go ahead. Perhaps you are one of the lucky ones who are not harmed by Sigismund's presence in Bohemia. Maybe you don't mind selling a piece of your conscience by ratting us out. As for me, I will go to the town hall with my head held high. But you?
Don't worry. I was just teasing you. I think the same of Sigismund. Tell me about your operation here.
We are who we are, and we do what we do. Like the early church of Jesus' apostles, in unity and fidelity to his words. I'm in charge. I plan all our missions. Goliath is the muscle. Knuckles, well, he mostly complains. But he also knows his way around locks. But we're all equal. We share the profits equally, but we don't do it for the wealth. We want to drive Sigismund out of this town.
Como posso me juntar a vocês?
How can I join you?
You want to join us already? I don't have to talk you into it. That's great. We're not particular about formalities. Let's just have a beer, and then you're one of us.
Here's to the guild.
To the guild! That reminds me, I'd like to throw a feast for the poor. The bigger the better.
Didn't you say you were just ordinary people with no money?
We are. And this is where Sigismund comes in. Because he's going to pay for the feast out of his own pocket.
Sem saber.
That was a good one. How are you going to make that happen?
Me? No. You'll make it all happen. Listen carefully.
Oh.
Sigismund seized land down in the valley near Parte and built his personal warehouse on it, right under our noses as a provocation. There he stores fancy foods and gifts for his commanders, and for that red-bearded gob of his. Sausages, smoked meats, foreign spices, and more. Fancy delicacies from Italy, Hungary, Slavonia, and all the other shitholes where he owns land. While we're eating porridge and cabbage all the time. You will steal all the food you can carry from that warehouse. And as a nice token, you will leave there... Let's see... What would you leave there?
Pedras?
Stones?
That's clumsy.
Não.
Cabbage. Leave cabbage. Get at least one head from the greengrocer and leave it there for Sigismund. Let him eat for once what we have in our bowls almost every day. But I'm warning you right now, no violence. Don't even think about slitting anyone's throat in that warehouse. The job isn't to punish some poor sod on guard duty. Is that clear?
Got it.
Tudo bem.
What should I do with the stolen food?
You'll give it to the beggars. Let them feast like kings for once. It's not hard to find poor people in the town. Just go to the gates or churches, and you'll surely come across some. There are also tents full of them in Minor Street, Church Street or Cobbler Street. When you're done, come and see me, and we'll figure out what to do next.
Beleza.
Sigismund will be fucking livid he can't enjoy his fine sausages. Can I expect any help from you?
If you need some tools, stop by Knuckles. That's all I can help you with.
Beleza.
All
Tô
right.
dentro.
I'll head out.
Good luck.
Banquete para os pobres, missão secundária iniciada. Ele ajuda na missão principal e também da missão secundária. Atrapalhar o fornecimento de linguiças de qualidade. Nós vamos aproveitar muito essas linguiças. O repolho eu já comprei dos comerciantes. Agora é vir pra cá. Cachorro eu já deixei. Cachorro eu já deixei lá fora.
for me?
Tem que colocar um repolho. Beleza. Pô, meu jogo me sacaneou. O jogo me sacaneou, tipo, muito. Caraca. Vou até um gelo agora. Agora a gente pode trocar de roupa. Numa boa, na tranquilidade. Opa. Ninguém viu nada, ninguém sabe de nada. Vou pegar meu cachorro de volta.
We spoke.
I'll give you some good advice to start with. Don't listen to his bollocks about a fairer society and the honorable struggle for a better tomorrow.
É, o murro
It's
me
just
deu
bullshit to mess
murro de
with
susto.
newcomers like you. By the way, they call me Knuckles.
Nossa, tipo, ele me deu um murro de susto. Tipo, do nada me chamando. Beleza.
It sounded pretty convincing to me.
Aye. Chenyek can sweet talk people like no other. I mean, Chenyek talks about sharing stuff fairly and how we don't do it for the money. But you know what? It's horseshit. It's every man for himself down here, even if they say otherwise. And Chenyek just gives it such a nice polish.
Are you saying he lied to me?
More like, he didn't tell you the whole truth. I heard from friends that Sigismund has a bottle of very fine wine somewhere in his warehouse. The kind of wine that you don't often see in these parts. I have a buyer for it. So if you bring it to me, I'll give you half the coin he's paying for it.
Boa ideia.
Sounds reasonable. What do you know about the wine?
I knew we'd get along. The wine is in a warehouse somewhere. If you find it and bring it to me, I'll give you a better price for it than any merchant in the town. So think about it. The buyer I got is particularly interested in this bottle.
I'll look for it. Chenyek said you could give me some gear too.
All that talk about equality, brotherhood. But when it comes to lockpicks, I'm supposed to give you stuff from my own stash. Here's something you might find useful.
Thank you.
Tem um barulho de gato que tá vindo do jogo. Que doideira. Então, sobre o vinho, eu peguei alguns vinhos que tinha num baú no meio do caminho.
Splendid. And what are you going to do with it?
Here you go. And to show my loyalty to the guild, I don't want anything in return. Sigismund's sour face when he finds out is good enough reward for me.
Well, as you wish. Ha! Well, thank you. I'll make sure it gets to someone who can appreciate it. Take care and have a good night.
Que bom. Estranho. Mas enfim. É. Eu juro que eu pensei. Eu juro que eu pensei que era aqui em casa. Ah, essa daqui dá pra dar.
What do you want?
I'm bringing you some food.
Linguiça do Sigismund.
Dear
Pouquinho.
God. I must be dreaming. So much food. It's like a royal feast. I'll feed my whole family and have some leftover for the neighbors. Who sent us such a cornucopia?
Cornucópia. Agradeça a Guilda.
Thank the local guild and King Wenceslas.
Long live our good King Wenceslas. See you soon, my friend.
Bem, beleza. Essa daqui fica aqui. Dá pra dar comida. Geralmente esses mendigos eles ficam muito nas entradas da cidade. Alguns estão aparecendo, mas outros não estão aparecendo. Tipo, os lá de baixo não estão aparecendo. Ó, essa daqui tá aparecendo pra eu fornecer.
I'm bringing you some food.
Dear God, I must be dreaming. So much food. It's like a royal feast. I'll finally fill my belly and still have some left over. Who sent us such a cornucopia?
Thank the local guild and King Wenceslas.
Long live our good King Wenceslas. See you later.
Dear God, I'll feed. Who sent?
Thank the
Long. Take care.
God be with you, sir.
I'm bringing you some food.
Oh my goodness. Care now.
Sweet Jesus, I can't believe. Oh, Phil, who do I thank?
For everything.
Is this? May God
God be with you, sir.
help out a poor beggar.
Greetings, sir.
I brought you some.
Dear God, I'll feed my. Who should I?
All this is from.
Is this how? May God. Oh well.
Prontinho. Acho que esse era o último que necessitava. Dá pra gente voltar e falar com ele. É só seguir esse caminho aqui. Aí eu já vejo já se tem mais alguma coisa. E aí depois eu preciso falar lá com o cara da casa de banho. Pra gente procurar um pouco o Pele de Cabra.
God bless.
I did what you asked me to do.
Great! So you robbed the chest and fed the poor?
I robbed the chest and left the cabbage in it.
Ha ha! Great work! He's in for a big surprise, the red-headed fucker. Good work! What about the beggars?
I fed as many people as I could.
You're a hero. Folk will really appreciate that, you know. They've never eaten like this before. Now, that wasn't so hard, was it? And that feeling of satisfaction. We may not be any richer, and yet...
You know what? I'm beginning to understand the guild's modesty.
See? And now, let's talk about your next job. Just before I tell you more about it, try talking to Rat. I'm sure there are a few side jobs for a chap like you. And Goliath could teach you how to throw a proper punch. He's the best brawler far and wide.
Banquete para os pobres terminado.
What is it?
Well, you might have noticed there's some houses in Kuttenberg with peculiar symbols on them.
What symbols?
Kind of little markings you'd easily miss if you don't know about them. But you'll spot them if you keep your eyes peeled.
What are they for?
Before we was here, before the Guild, even before Sigismund turned up, this whole place was under the thumb of another gang. They didn't have a name, and they wasn't aiming at a greater cause like us. They was mostly thieves, but it was hard to get the drop on them, on account of how cunning they was.
And they use these symbols?
They thought them up.
And what were they for, these symbols?
It was a way of marking houses. One of the crew drew a symbol to send a message to the others.
Smart idea. But what's it got to do with me?
Being able to use them symbols would come in plenty handy for us. Think of all the benefits. We tracked down one of the old gang recently. His name's Hinek, but he used to call himself Greaser. He was a bit of a know-it-all and made fun of everything. I sent Hogg to find out the meaning of the symbols from him, but I'd rather someone else kept an eye on him.
Where can I find this Hinek Greaser fella?
I'm glad you're up for it. His house is on the edge of the check quarter, near the gate.
Interessante. O Código dos
I
Ladrões.
apologize.
Mais uma missão secundária.
Hey, Henry, come over here.
Quem?
Chenyak wants me to do something.
What does he want this time? That idiot would be better off finding himself a woman instead of thinking up damn fool shit. Let me guess. It's something real important that'll help us in our noble cause.
I'm supposed to keep an eye on Hogg, who went to find out the meaning of the old thieves' symbols around Kuttenberg.
And what do you think about it? Are you gonna help him?
I think so. It could help in our fight against Sigismund.
I guarantee you Sigismund don't give a fuck about no scribbles on houses. This is just a missed opportunity for us to line our purses.
You think so?
Look here, friend. If you find out something about them symbols and tell me, and I mean only me, I promise you, we'll make a fortune out of it. They ain't just any old symbols. They're thieves' symbols, see? Help me out, and you won't regret it.
I'll have to think about it.
Don't wear your brain out. There ain't nothing to think over. When you find out more about them symbols, you know where to find me.
Esse cara é meio, como fala? Esse cara é meio esquisito. Ele não tem muito código de honra que nem o outro, não. Entendeu? Ele é meio esquisito. Vá até a casa de Heineck. Eita!
Who's there? Oh, just you.
God damn it, Hogg! What have you done? We won't get anything out of him now.
You've got to help me.
Você tá muito doido.
What the fuck happened here?
Well, he had a fall.
He fell. He looks more like he got the shit beaten out of him.
Oh, look, he started it.
I think it'd be better if you told me the truth.
Well, Chenyak sent me to go and ask about them symbols. You know, polite like. Only this bastard started fucking with me.
And what happened next?
He was laughing in my face, giving me all sorts of riddles. So I lost it and gave him a bit of a slap. Only he caught another one from the table on the way down and it ended up like this.
A mesa deu outro.
Did you find out anything about the symbols, at least, before this?
When I start seeing red, I don't ask no questions.
Do you remember anything, at least? Anything?
Well, he talked to me in riddles. So I tell him I ain't no little kid, and to talk to me normal like.
And then?
When he saw the smoke coming out of my ears, he said he'd show me some important parchment, but that annoyed me even more. Do I look like a fucking scribe?
Was there something written on it?
Well, how should I know? I gave him a slap, and that was that. Well, take a look at it yourself. I reckon you got a better head on you. Quick, search him.
Perfume fedorento, dado de infortúnio, Groschen.
Well, can you read
Vinhedo, numa cidade. Vai alguma coisa se a missão deixar.
I can't read.
Mas daqui, então prove mais uma porção. Perto das águas orvalhantes, ouça com atenção. Aguce os sentidos, erga o olhar. Onde as sombras aprontam no brilho solar, lá você nos encontrará e não vamos te enganar. Calma, meu filho.
So, did you read it?
Yes, but unfortunately for you, it's another riddle.
Della.
Something about a vineyard and running water. I can't make much sense of it.
The bastard. He's fucking with us, even from beyond the grave.
Well, it's our only lead to find out anything about the symbols.
Oh, I don't have the noggin for this shit, Henry. Chenyek has the quickest wit of all of us. If you can't crack it, you can ask him. But please, don't tell him nothing about me.
Ai, 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 ai.
Good day to you.
I don't have anything for you yet.
All right. Come back when you do.
Como não? Enigma.
Hinek gave Hogg a peculiar riddle. We can't quite figure it out.
Old Greaser was known for those. Tell me then, what did he say?
A vineyard in the town. Strange, but who knows? And yet there it is, quite nearby, by the water that gushes. Now listen and try to keep your eyes open so that you can tell. Shortly after the midday bell, you'll find us where the shadow goes.
Sounds pretty mixed up to me. A vineyard. I only know the one outside of town, but Riddle mentions one inside of it. It must be something similar to a vineyard, and the part with the water might be a well, or maybe a fountain.
Well, thanks. I'll see what I can do.
Eu tô achando que é a fonte. Tipo... Onde fica a fonte mesmo? Aqui. Só tem um problema. Tem que ser no meio-dia.
Fountain? Where does the water come from? Here, in the middle of the city.
Então, tá apontando aqui.
Stay.
Então, já adiantando para vocês, A loja é essa daqui, tá? Da casinha.
Nobody's opened this door in ages.
Tem muita coisa aqui pra gente descer.
It's pretty musty in here. This is no regular cellar.
Caraca. Pergaminho com desenho. Nossa, mas que você tá fazendo aqui? Putz, sério? Comportamento junto. Beleza. Eu já dei uma adiantada aqui já, porque... Como fala? Quando você bota meio-dia, a sombra aponta para aquela casa ali. Então meio que nós já temos já um norte. Guardar o ouro em casa não é um ato mais sensato. Um ladrão pode alguma coisa que não deu pra ver. Encontrar no baú bem guardado. Saia daqui, seu grande pateta. Aqui nenhum espólio encontrarás. Não tem medo de perder a cabeça? Ouça meu alerta se fores capaz. Com espólios nos bolsos não se pode ir no mercado. Melhor encontrar comprador disposto a aceitá-lo. Ah, são símbolos. Costume de que dentro das casas por corredores sejam dispostos. Nas adegas subterrâneas, um túnel vai de porta em porta. É quando tem túnel. Quando você quer dormir, mas não tem cama, não se contente com o sereno. Vá atrás da casa e lá poderá dormir no feno. Esses símbolos são, como fala? São pra facilitar as coisas. Você tá acordado ainda.
It's late. What do you want from me?
Sobre os símbolos.
I've deciphered the meaning of the symbols.
Fantastic. How do you manage that?
Well, it was pretty confusing. But in the end, I managed to find the old thieves' hideout.
And what about Hog?
Putz. Ele matou o Heineck. Me ajudou.
He helped me find it. In his own way.
Great! He may be thick as a fence post, but his heart's in the right place.
All the symbols are on this parchment.
Let me see. I'll copy them. These will come in handy. Imagine the look on Sigismund's face when his rich friends in the city start running out of silver.
Bem,
Here they are.
estão eles.
I'm glad I could help.
Tunnel markings. Great! And I saw this symbol for riches on the house right next door. You can go and check it out if you want.
Do you have any more work for me?
Nossa, tem uns gatos nervosos aqui nessa região.
Not just now, but something's coming. I'll send for you when the time's right.
Beleza, código dos ladrões feita. Só vou dormir-me. Caramba, de onde vem esses gatos nervosos que tem aqui? Eu, hein? Eu só vou dormir e ir lá falar com o coisinho da casa de coisa. Caramba, você tá fora da sua propriedade.
Tag. Was willst du, mein Herr?
Tô
I'm
procurando.
looking for a bloke called Goatskin. You don't know him, do you? I heard he hangs around this place.
Goatskin? That lousy bastard robs my customers. Deutschers mostly. And they're the very ones that pay best. What's worse, word's got around already. If you get hold of him, well, there's something I'd like to sort out with him.
O que você precisa resolver?
Sort out? That could mean lots of things.
Nothing nasty, don't worry. Besides the Germans. Goatskin also robbed a scholar from Prague. Jan Schindel he's called. And I reckon he has friends in high places, because he went straight to the city council. Not good for business.
How will it help you if I find Goatskin?
Schindel complained to the council mainly because Goatskin nicked some scholarly stuff of his. He's one of them fanatic crackpots. So if you tracked down his things and returned them to him, he might drop his complaint.
Any idea what the scholarly stuff was? Books?
No idea. But he said something about constellations, and then something in Latin.
I'll see if I can find his things.
Great. If you find anything, take it straight to Schindel. He lives in the house of Vetter the scribe. And don't forget to tell him I sent you.
Right you are. Now,
Beleza.
about that Goatskin.
Brinquedos do
What
mestre
do you want to
Schindel.
know?
Have you ever seen him up close? Can you tell me what he looks like?
Like any other tramp. Filthy and disgusting. And he's got a dent in his head the nippers could use for a game of marbles. I reckon that's where his wits fell out. And he's hardly got any teeth. But what would you expect?
Do you know where to find him?
Not the faintest idea. If I knew, we wouldn't be having this chat. I asked at the Black Horse. Dirty miners, right riffraff, that lot.
What did they tell you?
They claimed not to know anything, but they couldn't stop smirking, bastards.
You wouldn't happen to have a German customer here now, would you?
I reckon not. But I'm not sure. Ask the girls. Just please, don't interrogate my guests, all right?
I'll go and look somewhere else now.
Aye. If you do find him, watch out. He may look like a half-wit, but he's a right slippery snake.
Right.
Nossa. Esqueci de fazer esse pedacinho. Interessante. Fale com o Pele de Cabra, brinquedos do mestre Schindel. Schindel deve ter sido roubado pelo vagabundo. Bom, já tô procurando por ele mesmo, então é melhor ver o que tem a dizer. Onde é que ele fica?
Why did you do that?
Moço.
Hey, stop fighting!
Eita preula.
We'll finish this quickly.
These days, no one's ever read.
Moço, eu quero falar com você.
Hey? Greetings. What do you need?
I'm looking for someone called Goatskin. I hear he hangs around here.
Goatskin? That mangy piece of shit? He turns up on the street now and then. But he never shows his face in my alehouse. No Germans come here. Some Glück.
Ele é germânico?
German? I didn't know that.
Goatskin's above all a slippery bastard who can't be trusted. I have no idea what language he speaks. What I do know is he likes robbing Deutscher merchants. And they don't come in here.
It sounds like you're not too fond of Germans.
It's the local yakkers who can't stand them. I've got nothing against them fuckers myself. If you've got glint, come in and make yourself at home. If you ain't, then fuck off.
Any idea where I might find Goatskin, then?
You could try asking in the bathhouse, behind the yards in Hrada Quarter. They get a lot of well-heeled Deutschers in there. And some young wench there's been seeing Goatskin for a while now.
Thanks. That's all I need to know.
Have something at least, since I gave you the goods on everything. I helped you out, didn't I? Don't be a pinch purse, and cough up a bit of glint, eh?
Tem alguma coisa de
What's new in
novo?
town?
Nothing much. If you're looking for a paying job, you'll have to look elsewhere.
Tá bom. Tchau, tchau.
Unbelievable.
A gente vai ter que perguntar pra alguma criatura da casa de banho se elas estão se encontrando com ele. Não tinha nada lá, tá? Realmente. Então...
Good afternoon, sir.
Have you got anything good to drink here?
Of course I do, handsome. Would you like some? And then maybe we can have a bit of fun. How about it?
Não, por enquanto não.
Suit yourself, handsome. Your loss. Farewell.
Dá pra beber com ela, beleza, mas não é o que não é o que eu quero. Eu quero encontrar a doida que tá saindo com o cara.
God be with you, sir.
Do you get a lot of German merchants here?
We used to, from all over the place, but mainly Lausitz. But there ain't so many these days, unfortunately.
How come?
I dunno, but it's a pity. Merchants tend to have bulging purses. They'll come back though. But there's one who ain't stopped coming. Udo he's called. But that's all I can tell you about him. He ain't interested in our services.
He just drinks here.
Drinks and plays dice. Almost every evening.
Thanks.
You're welcome. But stick around and spend some coin. So we ain't telling you this for nothing. Farewell, my friend.
Greetings. Do you need something?
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin. I heard he sometimes comes here.
Aye, he turns up now and again. The louse. The bastard's ruining my business. 2 of my customers refused to come here again after he robbed them one night.
That's not very nice. And you wouldn't have some idea where I might find Goatskin, would you? I reckon it'd suit you if he packed it in.
You bet it would. But if I knew where to find him, I'd wring his neck myself. That bitch Mary's bound to know, though. She denies it, but we all know she's walking out with him.
Mary.
I thought you bathhouse girls stuck together. What have you got against Mary?
There's a limit to everything. As soon as you mess with someone's livelihood, you ain't no sister to anyone. She can marry that cripple for all I care, but when he robs our guests and ruins our reputation, she should grab him by the balls herself and...
Menos calma. Respira.
Is that all you know about Goatskin?
Ain't that enough for you? I'm not here to know stuff, in case you hadn't realized.
Thanks then. I'll be off.
If you find him, give him a slap from me. See you soon, my friend.
Quem é essa louca? Me lavar mais um pouco. Seria você...
afternoon.
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin. You haven't heard of him by any chance?
There's plenty of fellas come to me looking to see some skin, but you're the first who wants goat skin. I've heard the name, though. He's some vagabond who hangs around the Black Horse, ain't he?
Aye, that's him. Any idea where I might find him?
I don't mix with his sort, so I reckon I can't help you. I could help you with other things, though.
Eita preula.
Go and see Madame Beata, and we can come to an arrangement.
Caraca, essa daí gosta da profissão, hein?
Come on, come and have a sip. First you'll have a sip, then I'll have a sip.
Mano, cadê essa louca?
What would you like, sir?
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin.
Mary.
Do you know him?
Vou dar uma olhada lá no, em
That
cima.
fucker is the bane of our lives. Why are you even looking for an idiot like him?
I'll go and sort things out with him. By hand.
So you should. And give him 1 or 2 for me too, the bastard.
Do you know where he might be?
How should I know? If I knew, I'd have told Adam long ago. He'd wring the bastard's neck in a trice. Last week alone, he robbed 3 of our customers. All German.
Why does he choose to rob Germans?
A German merchant always has more coin in his purse than a Czech one. Haven't you noticed that?
Could you tell me where exactly he robbed the customers?
Hard to say. You know how it is. Drunk and merry gents who can hardly walk. But it usually happens somewhere near the Black Horse, and in those lanes there. The bastard stays clear of the main streets. For good reason.
Have you got any German customers here now?
What do you think? No, because words got round. Except Udo. He couldn't care less, it seems.
And is Udo here now?
No, it's too early for him. He usually comes later in the evening. I reckon he only comes here when other alehouses kick him out.
Vou indo
Thanks.
então.
I'll be going.
You're welcome. And have a word with Adam if you really want to find your goat skin. He's the owner. I reckon he'd be keen to find him too.
Na verdade, eu já falei com ele, minha filha. Já falei com ele. E agora eu quero saber... Quem é essa Mary? Você é a única que tem um diálogo diferente.
I'm looking for Goatskin.
Ah, agora apareceu pra você.
No, you're a good-looking fella. What would I want with some goat skin when I've got a handsome young buck right here in front of me? I couldn't care less about your goat skin.
But I do. And the girls here tell me you know him quite well.
So, you're not here to have a good time. Shame. I know Goatskin, but don't expect me to tell you anything. He's lying low, and for good reason. You ain't the first to come looking for him.
Why is he hiding? Who from?
How should I know? He's never far from trouble. Goes with his trade, doesn't it?
Where is he hiding?
I don't know. And even if I did, I don't see why I should tell you. That's why he's hiding. So strangers like you don't find him.
Eu tenho cara de criminoso? Sou parente dele. Eu tenho cara de criminoso? Sou parente dele?
Come on now. Do I really look like someone who'd want to hurt him?
No, you don't.
You see? I'm trying to help Goatskin. But I can't do that if I don't know where he is.
Help him? With what?
With this situation he's in. It's complicated. And the less you know, the better.
All right. I understand. He gets me into enough trouble as it is.
There you go. So where's he hiding?
Esito.
There's a yard behind the bathhouse leading to a side alley. Right next to it is the Black Horse Tavern. And at the opposite end, you'll see a barn behind a wall. There's a funny little window at the top. That's where.
I'll look for it.
Help him, will you? I'm starting to be afraid for him.
I'll see what I can do. It's not easy.
Farewell, my friend.
Meu, eu tô com 30 de carisma. 30 de carisma. Licença. Encontre o Pele de Cabra. Bem aqui, então. Vamos pra cá.
Call off that dog!
Será que eu tô entrando no negócio errado? Ou no negócio certo? Esse cara, eu acho que ele tá em algum desses daqui. O problema é que deve ser só de noite.
Well.
Achei.
Look who we have here.
Nossa, tá muito escuro.
You must be Goatskin, eh?
What? What are you doing here?
What do you think? Looking for you.
But I'm hiding. I shouldn't be talking to anyone.
But I found you. So you're not hidden anymore.
I have a couple of questions for you.
Look, I didn't. I never told nobody. Nobody. I swear. I'll even swear to Samuel and his God if he wants.
Who the hell is Samuel?
You weren't sent by Sam.
I wouldn't be asking you if I was, would I?
You know, like, I promise not to talk about it no more. They'll kill me
Nossa,
otherwise.
quase não dá pra ver nem a cara dele. Conheça um lugar onde você pode esconder, tem amigos importantes, posso ajudar.
I get that, but do you think they'll just forget about it? How long do you intend to hide?
Until I have enough. You know, glint to take off.
Well, I could help you with that. I know a lot of people. Getting you out of town won't be a problem. If you help me, I'll help you.
That sounds, you know, promising. But I still need coin. I can't just pack up and take off.
Coin shouldn't be a problem. How much do you want so you can disappear in peace?
Not much, a few score groschen. But that won't be a problem for a well-heeled fella like yourself.
Mas fala. Só
But you're gonna
150 tá
talk,
ótimo.
right?
Right. Well, I like talking, you know, like... What is it you want to know?
I heard you were spying for some nobleman. Is that true?
I was doing nothing but, you know, like, spying for 2 weeks.
Does this gentleman have a name?
He does. He's one of them, you know, Jews. Samuel, his name is. He was nice to me till I started blabbering.
Do you know where I could find this Samuel?
Go to that, you know, synagogue. He hangs around it in front of it, and people, like, brings him news of what's on the grapevine, you know. And evenings he sits around at the King Solomon. It's like a, you know, a Jewish tavern. But watch out, they ain't too welcoming towards our people there.
Have you ever heard the name Liechtenstein?
I don't know him, but I heard Samuel telling his people, like them Jews, I mean, about this, what's his name? Liechtenstein.
What exactly did he say? Did he speak about him in a good way or a bad way?
I don't know. I just remembered a funny name. I don't pay much heed to things that what don't concern me.
And you call yourself a spy?
Watch it, mate. I remember things well enough, but only what they pays me to remember. I ain't gonna, you know, fill my head up with shit that don't concern me for free.
Jesus wept. What is it you did as a spy?
Mostly I was standing guard in front of that palace, you know, like Rutard's place. I was watching for who was going in and out, see? You know, who, with who, where, when, and that.
And what went on there?
Well, people was coming and going, all sorts of nobles, and I'd tell Samuel what colours they was carrying, see? I was good at that. I remember pictures good, you know?
And there's another thing. Those things you stole from that scholar? You know what I mean?
That... What about it, like?
What happened to them? The owner wants them back.
I still have them.
Onde?
In them secret, you know, tunnels under the city.
Tunnels? Secret passageways? Stop blethering and tell me where it is.
I ain't blathering. It's in the passageways beneath the city. I can find it. I've learnt the way. And if you give me a couple of groschen, I can teach you too. You can clear out my stash, and judging by the look of you, knowing your way round, you know, underground like, that ought to come in handy for you, innit?
Deve ser útil.
Walk around underground? How are you going to teach me? You said you were going to pack up and go.
Aye, like, look, if I tell you, it won't be no secret no more, innit? Wait and see.
Oh, Christ almighty. How much do you want?
Not much, just a bit to help me, you know, get by.
Right, out with it. That's the last coin you'll get out of me.
Of course. It's like this. I know them passageways because I got my hands on this map, like. This old thief gave it to me. And when I, you know, got it in my head, like, I flogged it, see?
A
Papai tá
treasure map?
brincando.
You're yanking my pizzle, aren't you?
No, I swear, on my Mars soul. It ain't a treasure map, it's a map of what's below ground.
Big difference. Where's this map, then?
I flogged it to this thief. Angel, he called himself.
Called himself? So this angel is back in heaven now, is he?
Aye, he was hanged outside the city walls. He's still swinging there. And I know he had that map sewn into his coat. It were his most prized possession. But watch out, the gallows is guarded to stop quacks cutting off the dead bodies, bits and pieces, fingers and that, like.
Thanks. You've been a great help.
That's me through and through, innit? I'd better be off, like. I've got a long journey ahead of me.
Off you go.
Não tem mais nada pra falar com você? Na verdade, ainda dá pra falar. Acho que tem como. O acadêmico
Goatskin,
roubado.
there's another thing. What about those things you stole from that scholar? You know what I mean?
Ah, pode ele ensinar uma coisa?
There's no time for it now. Come back later.
Ah, ele ensina coisa. Ele é mestre de habilidade. Então, nossa, foi mó treta pra conseguir passar por aqui. O que você tá fazendo aqui? É muito treta pra conseguir chegar até aqui. Entendeu? Porque... Nossa, você não tem caminho. É muito ruim esse caminho. Tem que aqui... Você já consegue sair já. Entendeu? Aqui você já consegue sair já. Bem, vamos lá pegar esse mapa.
Uou!
Mapa do subsolo de Gutenberg. É interessante. Vou ligar a luz aqui. Essa entrada subterrânea vai ajudar bastante a gente. Quer dizer, o mapa vai ajudar bastante. Bem, vamos lá. Eu, para fins de facilidade, eu deixei o meu mapa, como fala. Eu deixei um print do meu mapa aqui do lado. O nosso objetivo vai ser chegar onde tá o negócio, onde tá o íconezinho de cabra. Não dá pra apontar aqui, mas ele fica bem no onde tá aquele círculozinho preto. Então, opa. Eu tenho que vir por aqui. Mais ou menos. Aqui. Deixa eu ver se eu tô indo no caminho certo. A princípio, sim. E é por aqui. Beleza. Aqui não tem nada, então a gente é obrigado a continuar por aqui. É um belo de um caminho. Tá. Estamos aqui. Agora a gente tem que subir. Ou seja, seria aqui. Nossa, minhas botas vão ficar tudo cagado. Eu vou ficar cagado. Mais fácil fazer isso. A gente tá indo no caminho certo. Tamo indo no caminho certo. A gente precisa, pelo que eu entendi do mapa, tem que subir mais ou menos até aqui. Entendeu? A gente vai ter que subir mais ou menos até aqui. O mapa vem daqui, aqui, aqui, até aqui. Não me engano. E aí a gente vem nessa rua aqui, faz um contorno e vem por algum ponto daqui, entendeu? Tá em algum ponto daqui os negócios roubados. Em vez de vir por aqui, a gente continua aqui. Esse lugar aqui a gente já veio já. Quando teve aquela quest do coisa, mas a gente veio por baixo. Meio difícil seguir o mapa. Eu acho que é por aqui, né? É, por ali a gente vai entrar nessa taverna do Todos os Santos. Que a gente entrou naquela missão que a gente precisou ir. A gente vai ter que vir por aqui, então. E daqui a gente vai ter que vir até um ponto. Eu não sei qual é ainda. É pra cá. Pelo que eu entendi, até o final. Até o final e não vai ter... Garfo. Nossa, todo esse subsolo aqui tem itens roubados. Mas os itens não contam mais como roubado, porque sabe-se lá quando... Isso tudo foi roubado. Mas é interessante. Ó, poção dos dedos ágeis. Montante de guerra. Groshing no meio do caminho. Tá, vamos lá. Eu achei algumas coisinhas aqui. Pera aí. Segundo o mapa, a gente tá onde tá esse saquinho. Não dá, é porque não tem como apontar. Mas... nesse saquinho, dá pra gente subir agora. Opa. Ah, agora dá pra apontar, entendeu? A gente veio pra cá, assim, seguiu pra cá, pra cá, pra cá. Aqui é onde a gente encontrou aquele barril. Da última vez a gente veio por aqui, entendeu? A gente veio por aqui, subiu e veio pra cá, pra aquela missão lá da taverna, né? Pra gente conseguir entrar e jogar dado com os caras. A gente veio pra cá e aí depois naquele corredor, a gente veio pra cá e tamo aqui. Entendeu? A gente vai precisar seguir, eu acho que esse caminho até chegar aqui, ó, onde tem a cabra. Aqui tem um desenho da cabra nesse mapa. Esse mapa do subsolo facilita bastante, porque quando você precisar ir para um ponto específico, o mapa já tá ajudando. Aqui é um contrabandista. E se ferrou. Eu vou pegar os groshins dele porque ele não vai mais usar. Estamos virando agora. Aí é seguir reto até o final do corredor. Reto, 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 reto. Depósito de contrabandista. Escudo do cavaleiro de Gutenberg. Carvão. Caraca, tem muita coisa aqui. Cenoura. É muito legal que essa cenoura e essa cebola nunca vão... Como fala? Nunca vão estragar aqui, mas a partir do momento que a gente pega... Salame defumado. Caraca, tem muita coisa aqui. É, eu tô adquirindo as coisas que foram deixadas aqui por pessoas que não andam na luz. Maratona 3 é um livro. Ih, eu tô pesado. Tá vendo? Muita sede ao pote. Sal, pimenta. Caraca, tem muita coisa aqui. Mel. Presa de javali. Incenso. Nossa, dá pra vender tudo isso. Irlanda, couraça com fraldas. Acha, eu tenho uma. Caraca, tem armas aqui. Bico de corvo. Massa pesada, sabre do nobre. Ah, mas é só 90 de dano. Caraca, mas tem muita coisa boa. Capacete, escudo, vestido de trabalho. Luva de equitação, sapato. Nossa, dá pra fazer a festa aqui. Tá, muita coisa, muito depósito. Mas eu não sei se eu tenho que usar a escada agora. E vir pra cá. Eu teria que vir... Eu teria que fazer tipo uma curvinha, entendeu? Vamos ver. Não, tô indo acho que pro lugar errado. Não é pra cá não. Deixa eu ver. A gente tem que estar descendo aqui. Vai ser... É algum ponto daqui. Pelo que eu tô entendendo. Em algum lugar daqui. Provavelmente, acho que no fim da rua. A gente vai ter que descer. Ou seja, seguir reto mais ou menos aqui. Deixa eu ver como que tá. É, ó. Estamos já quase virando. Ó. A gente veio tudo aqui, 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 aqui. Depois aqui a gente virou, catou lá o dinheiro. A gente veio aqui, 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 aqui. Aqui é os baús do depósito. Tem tudo aquelas coisas. Nossa, tudo aquelas coisas dá pra pegar e dá pra vender e ganhar uma grana. É só ir lá e catar tudo. E depois vender. É muita coisa. Muita coisa mesmo. Aí aqui a gente tá começando a descer e virando para cá. O nosso objetivo acho que agora é no final do caminho. Assim eu espero. Não é pra subir, pra vir pra cá. Será? Ou não? Não. Ou é pra vir pra cá. É uma escada conforme o mapa. Então, pelo mapa é aqui. Ah, livre do Cele to the Monde e Astro alguma coisa. Tá, agora entregue os itens roubados ao mestre Linden. Eu vou ter que sair daqui agora. Vamos aqui no... Opa! Então, eu preciso ir pro escriba. Onde é que ele tá? Não é você, né?
Good day to you. What brings you here?
Não. Não é você. Onde é que eu tenho que ir? Ah, ele tá ali fora. Fica aí, sua chata. Cadê? Ah, é você.
You must be Master Schindel. They sent me from the baths.
Well, well, well. I reckon they want me to cease with those complaints, eh? But I shall not. I will go to the town council tomorrow to complain against those thieves again. And I shall continue to go there until I get the justice due to me.
Actually, I came to give you back the things that were stolen.
Really? You have my Erasmo and my astrolabe?
Right. I have some book and this astro thingy.
That's wonderful. You can't even imagine what a blow it would be for our civilization if something happened to Erasmo.
Oh, I get it. The fire in the Alexandria library is nothing compared to that.
Bah! That was full of Ptolemaic balderdash. We've come a long way since then. This obsession with antiquity is only holding us back. At any rate, I am immensely grateful to you. Of course, I shall reward you.
Thank you. But there was also this volume of strange verses.
Oh, yes. One of my students who's from Kuttenberg gave me that. I think it's some kind of riddle. You can keep it. I don't really have time to traipse around town and look for, well, whatever it was he was trying to convey.
What is that astrolabe, anyway?
A device. To put it simply, it's a kind of portable armillary sphere. It allows me to display the position of the stars if I know the time and place where I'm located. Or, on the contrary, I can determine the time using the visible sky.
I see. So, that book by Erasmo, what's it about, actually?
It's an interesting thought. Erasmo postulates that if, despite the current theory, the firmament wasn't moving around the Earth, but rather the Earth around the celestial bodies, we would perceive this movement as an apparent movement of the celestial bodies in our sky.
Well, I must admit, you lost me a bit there.
Think nothing of it. The relative reciprocal movement of bodies is troublesome to a good many scholars.
Fine. I'll be going then.
Thank you.
You must be Master Schindel.
Ué,
They
de
sent me
novo.
from the...
Well, but I shall
Actually...
And how those
Nossa, agora que veio o negócio. É porque a gente podia conversar com ele, entendeu? Ah, vinho adulterado.
That's a pretty strong accusation. Are you certain you weren't just drunk?
Quero saber mais
Just a bit of
pouco.
wine is enough in a hot bath.
Even if I was drunk, that doesn't change a thing. I was robbed.
Well, They robbed you behind the
A
bars.
gente devolveu, mas agora que veio o diálogo.
Young man, I have traveled through half of Europe during my studies. I know these tricks very well. As I said, it is a clear criminal conspiracy.
Did you really just take a bath when you were there?
Of course not. But that's not something to talk about in polite
Eu
society.
tenho que subir oratória. Então eu tô aproveitando. É que o diálogo que eu ia ter com ele, se eu não já fosse já direto achar o negócio, como fala, o cara lá, aí achar aquele mapa, aí achar onde estavam as coisas, se eu viesse falar com ele primeiro, eu ia soltar esse diálogo. Só que como eu fui achar o primeiro cara, peguei o mapa, depois eu fui pegar o negócio lá e devolver pra ele, mudou um pouco a ordem das coisas.
It is hypocritical, but that's the norm. And social judgment is more than an individual, and only God is above that.
And so?
So I indulge in a vice with a buxom wench. But we don't have to talk about it that way, do we?
Credo.
I thought I'd take a look.
Be my guest, and of course.
All right then.
Go then. I have to prepare it. Till we meet again.
Beleza, terminamos. Brinquedos do mestre Chantal. Atividade concluída. Não só essa atividade concluída, mas temos algumas coisinhas também para fazer. Primeiro tem aqui que eu fale com o Samuel. Samuel tá aqui. E depois eu preciso dar um jeito de... Pela quantidade aqui, eu tô achando que a gente vai ter mais pancadaria aqui. Mas eu vou, como fala, eu vou seguir, tá? Vou vir aqui falar com esse Samuel. Porque esse Samuel faz parte da missão principal. A gente vai acelerar um pouquinho a missão principal agora, tá? Enquanto eu faço as missões secundárias relacionadas. Que é tudo desse povo aqui. Vamos vir pra cá. Pô, foi complicadinho de achar as coisas. Os caminhos tudo. Mas esse mapa vai ser muito útil. É aqui mesmo, até o final. Jacob, Moisés, Samuel. É você que eu quero falar.
God be with you.
Sholem, are you lost? Or
No.
what would a goy want here?
What do you think goy means?
It means you do not belong here.
It means nation in Hebrew. So you're just as much a goy as I am.
Good one. A goy lecturing a Jew on Hebrew. All right. But I suggest you do not repeat it around these parts. Not everyone is as tolerant as I. So, what do you want?
I'm looking for someone called Samuel.
What do you want with him?
Is that you?
There are many Samuels here. And if I'm not good enough for you, I'm afraid nobody else will talk to you.
All right. I'm looking for a John of Liechtenstein. I heard you, or this Samuel, might know something about him.
I'm sure Samuel knows a lot. But I do not see why he should tell you.
It isn't just anyone looking for Liechtenstein. It'd be better for Samuel to say what he knows, if he doesn't want any unnecessary trouble.
I do not care who sent you. You will not impress me like that. We play by my rules here.
So how can I impress you?
Impressions are worth nothing. I'm only of interest to you Goyim when you need something. To you, I'm just a dirty Jew.
All right. What do you suggest?
An exchange. Something in return. I have this one problem none of my people can fix.
Well, if your people can't handle it, why not?
You are no better than my people. But unfortunately, they were all born under our star, and that is a problem in this case.
I understand. What's this about then?
You probably know that my people face outbreaks of hatred from time to time. A house is plundered, people beaten up, sometimes murdered. Usually it is started by some scum spreading rumors that we eat Christian babies or poison wells. They always find some excuse. I have heard that such people are meeting in an old abandoned house by the wall in the mining district. I need someone to get among them, find out what they are planning, and warn us in good time.
Mm-hmm.
Won't they be suspicious?
Why? Their kind usually are not too bright. You just have to curse the Jews and say you want to join them. Do not worry. They will not check if you are circumcised.
All right, I'll do it. And then you'll tell me all about Liechtenstein.
Agreed. They usually meet at the start of the day.
At the start of the day according to my calendar, or yours?
I see you're in the know. At the start of my day, so when the first 3 stars come out.
Right, so they meet after sunset. The miners' district, an abandoned house with a small yard by the ramparts.
That's right. I reckon you can still catch up with them there today, if you get them to let you join them. Try and find out what they're planning, and then come and see me, and you'll have fulfilled your side of the deal.
And then you'll tell me how to find Liechtenstein?
That was my promise. And I keep my promises.
Infiltre-se na reunião antissemita. Bem, mais ou menos pela descrição, eu acho que dá pra gente partir dessa bodeguinha aqui. Então, eu vou esperar meia-noite. Depois dessa missão eu quero pegar e dar mais um giro nessas missões secundárias que estão brotando, entendeu? Deve estar em algum lugar por aqui. Não é muito legal, não. Ô, meu filho, era pra você se infiltrar de uma maneira mais inteligente. Vixe, armadilha.
Hey! Open up! Open up!
Very well. What are you doing, Moishe?
Futsa caporra, piece of junk. Never mind. We'll cut this shit down.
Eita preula.
Ich reiß dir deinen Arsch auf!
Tá me zoando, né? Pera aí, calma aí.
Enough!
Zeig, was du drauf hast!
Meu Deus, eu apertei sem querer. Ai. What? Oxi. Caraca, o dano que ele deu. Era scriptada? Pelo dano?
You know, you've got a saying for moments like this. If you can't bite, don't show your teeth. You should never have come snooping around where you don't belong. That Philistine Sigismund has sent all sorts of bastards and spies after me.
Look, I'm not...
But I have to say, you're about the cheekiest mamser of them all, asking me straight out about Liechtenstein.
But I'm not... I'm not Sigismund's spy.
Oh, you're not. So whose spy are you then?
I was sent by Sir Radzig Cobbler. Liechtenstein knows him.
A nice tale. Can you prove it?
Yeah, my sword. It's got Sir Radzig's crest on it.
Well, unfortunately for you, I haven't the slightest ahnung who that is. Jakob, wait. I've changed my mind.
Inicial do pai
He's coming with
ferreiro.
us.
Ele conhece o Martin.
Wait, who is that somewhere?
We will soon find out. Let us in.
Wenches or the neighbor's daughter, any dirt you can dig up. Off you go! Oh, who have you brought now, Sam?
I'm not entirely sure, but he says he knows you and absolutely insisted he had to talk to you.
Oi.
Of course. Henry. Lord Capon of Perkstein's page.
Finalmente
We met on my
alguém.
visit to Rattay. He's all right.
Lord Capon's escort and bodyguard.
Quite. Quite. Oh, but tell me, what brings you here?
Well, that's quite a long story, sir.
Que complicada.
I've got plenty of time, and actually I enjoy long stories. You know why? Because they demand a lot of wine. Please, take a seat and tell me everything.
Tem muita coisa pra contar. Muita coisa.
If I'm not mistaken, Jobst sent you to von Berkhoff with a message. How did that go?
Desastre.
Not well. As we were approaching Trotsky, we were attacked by bandits. They killed all our men.
What?
We only got away by a hair's breadth. And we lost everything, including the message. We ended up in rags, like beggars. They wouldn't let us into the castle. After that, we tried to get by as best we could.
Good God. I need a drink now. But did you manage to deliver the message in the end?
Yes, but it was touch and go.
I like exciting stories.
Well, you'll love this one then. Apart from being ambushed and almost killed, Capon ended up on the gallows for poaching.
A nobleman on the gallows for poaching?
Well, he looked more like a tramp than a nobleman at the time. He really did have a noose round his neck, though. But it all worked out in the end.
Good gracious. But tell me, who ambushed you?
Well, that's interesting as well. Istvan Toth and some others.
What? That sneaky rat from Talmberg? He's still alive?
Not anymore.
You?
Mm-hmm.
Well done. Let's drink to that. Death to the enemy. What happened next?
Von Berghoff was attacked around the same time by the same men, so we thought we were on the same side as him. And we wanted to help him catch the bandits as a goodwill gesture.
Why didn't he catch them himself?
He tried. We found out for him that the bandits were holed up at Nabokov. When he sent his soldiers to their lair, we went with them. We wanted to be there and get Istvan.
And that's where you killed him?
No. We were nearly killed ourselves. Again.
By Istvan?
No, he wasn't there. The bandits were led by a fella who fucked us right up, and von Bergov's entire force, too. He lured us into a trap and slaughtered everyone. Me and Capon were the only survivors.
It sounds like your guardian angel never gets a moment's rest.
There was some luck in it. But it was more that Zizka knew he could get a ransom for Capon.
Wait, Zizka? He's the one who almost killed you.
Aye. He's called Jan Zizka, of Trotsnov.
Well, blow me down. Zizka is in the service of Prokop of Luxembourg, King Wenceslas's cousin.
Aye, we found that out as well.
And what the hell was Istvan Toth doing with him?
It turned out he was spying for von Berghoff. But he didn't do a great job, fortunately. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
I am starting to get confused.
That makes two of us. Maybe we'll understand better if we get drunk.
You're not holding back, I see. Your health, then. After Zizka took us prisoner, it finally became clear we were on the same side, and Istvan had to flee.
So when did you kill that bastard?
Not till some time later. Just when we thought we were out of the woods and Istvan was gone, he appeared outside the walls of Nabokov again, with von Berghoff and Markvart von Aulitz. Von Aulitz was on his way to Kuttenberg with reinforcements for Sigismund. And with the finger of God.
With the what?
A bombard.
Enorme.
Have you ever seen one? I hadn't, until they used it against us.
I've heard about the bombard. An infernal weapon. Then what?
We didn't have a chance. They blew the tower to pieces and took us all prisoner. They took us to Trotsky and tortured us. But with the help of a woman who works with Zizka, we managed to escape.
Zizka. That man always has a trick or two in reserve.
Thank God. While we were making our escape, I crossed paths with Toth, and finally took my revenge for everything he did.
Dull moment with you, I see. To happy endings, then.
Senão não tinha jogo.
And where is Lord Capon? Or should I call him the Prince of Poachers?
Well, the most fitting thing to call him would be hostage, because that's what he is now.
A hostage?
That's right. Von Berghoff took him with him. And that's why I'm here, in fact.
Your original plan went badly awry, I must say.
You can say that again.
For my part, I'm forced into hiding, as you've probably noticed. They're after me as if I owed taxes. If only I knew what Jobst would say.
I know exactly what he'd say as it happens.
You do?
I spoke to Jobst just after we arrived at Suchdal. He expressly forbade me to look for you, or try to rescue Capon.
That damned... Did he say why?
Aye. He said you can look after yourself. And as a nobleman, Capon has nothing to fear in captivity.
Jobst.
I must admit, I see his point. He has plans. He wants to take advantage of the truce while it lasts. And he doesn't want to provoke Sigismund into starting warring again. And he's probably right about Capon. Nobody's going to throw away the chance of a fat ransom, or waste a nice opportunity for blackmail.
It's true I can take care of myself. But the old schemer could at least have warned me, whatever his plans might be.
Zizka sees Jobst as a pain in the arse, too. I mean, he's not fond of him. And he doesn't approve of his plan.
Then I expect he and I will see eye to eye. Although I prefer a different strategy to braining all and sundry with a mace. Even so, what brings you to me? You didn't take this risk just to tell me what Jobst is like, or that I should carry on with what I'm doing.
No. My first concern is to rescue Lord Capon, whatever schemes Jobst is dreaming up.
And then...
Isso é tudo...
And also, it's about your safety.
My safety?
You know, they tortured us. Zizka, Godwin and me. They asked about Jobst's plans and about you. I'd have held out, but Godwin... He told them where you were.
Where I am? In this city, you mean? That's not such a terrible betrayal.
Do jeito que é a
Gutenberg is a
cidade.
big city. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Not that they have not tried. They almost caught you a couple of times. If it were not for my people.
That's true, of course. But I'm not going to bear a grudge. The executioner always gets what he wants. And if he hadn't, we wouldn't be talking right now.
I apologize.
No need. It's not your fault. Nevertheless, let's turn the page. Capon. How do you plan to free him?
That's exactly why I came to see you.
Oh. How's that?
Because you move in certain circles.
And...
You conspire. You hear all the rumors.
So?
So you might know where they're holding him.
Sigismund confiscated the property of some burghers and noblemen in the city when they opposed him, and he divided the property up between his loyal followers. He seized Malyshoff Fortress from the Rutards, for instance. And didn't you say, Sam, that he gifted it to von Berkoff?
Yes, that is so.
That was before von Berkoff was in these parts. But if he's here now, where else would he be but in Malyshoff? And if von Berkoff is there...
That's where his captive will be.
Correct. Capon is at Malyshoff Fortress.
Well, that's fucked then. How the hell 3 of us conquer a fortress, and one of us a woman?
That's a conquest I'd like to see. It would go down in history.
The history of suicidal madness.
You can't just launch an assault on Malyshoff. It's a strong fortress. We'll need a cunning plan.
Or long ladders and lots of men. That could be arranged, maybe.
Careful! Jobst ordered us not to stir up trouble. And this would be serious trouble. But if Capon simply vanished...
Vanished how, exactly?
I don't know yet. But like I said, Malyshoff belonged to the Rutards. And I'm sure they're not keen on the new tenant. I think if you pay a visit to Sir Kunslin Rutard and convince him you have common interests, he'll be happy to think up a solution with you.
Like what?
Who knows? Perhaps Lord Rutard knows of a back door into his old home, and he might not be averse to an arrangement with someone who'll help him take revenge.
Someone like you.
Well, I wouldn't get my hopes up. But it's the best we've got, and there's no harm in trying. Where can I find this Kunslin?
Sigismund seized his fortress, but, surprisingly, he let him keep his palace in the city. It's right next to the Italian court.
All right. I'll give it a go.
Once you have some news, you know where to find me. Is there anything you want to know before you go?
Come to think of it, I've no idea where we actually are.
Of course. I'd forgotten how you got here.
We're in the Jewish quarter, in the basement of the King Solomon Tavern, below my tavern. Goyim do not just wander in here, but I will tell my people you are with us.
Thanks a whole lot.
Ótimo. Sim, a tela tá ficando sem nada.
All right. I'll set off now.
Good luck. It was good to see you again, Henry. And be careful. There's bound to be spies swarming around the palace. This city isn't safe.
Tell me about it. Danger is my daily bread these days.
Wait a moment. We have something that belongs to you, I think. Your sword.
Sim, por favor. Foi jogo e meio para pegar ela.
That's a fact.
I must say, it is a fine piece of work. Where did you get it?
Putz, Martin ou Razik? Vou colocar
My
o Razik.
father, Lord Radzik Cobbler, gave it to me for safekeeping.
He clearly knows about such things. It is nice work.
Because it was made by a great swordsmith.
I can see that. Take care of it.
I will.
Ah, então ele não conhece o Martin, ele só viu a qualidade da espada e viu que era, como fala, ele tava falando a verdade. Via Argentum, vá para o Palácio de Ruttard. Na verdade eu não vou pro Palácio de Ruttard, eu vou meio que pro... Onde é que eu tô indo? Credo? Não quero vir por aqui não. Na verdade eu não vou pro coisa do Ruttard ainda não, tá? Eu vou tentar fazer algumas quests ainda que ficaram pra fazer. Misericórdia, como é que eu saio daqui? Taverna do Rei Salomão. Quem diria que era um... Eles estão fazendo armadilha por coisa. Ah, mas também ele foi... O reino de vez em quando, né? Ele abre a boca e ele fala coisa que não deve. Ele tava muito na cara, muito desconfiado. Vamos lá, temos algumas missões que eu preciso dar uma olhada. Não vou pro Palácio Ruta agora. Tem que terminar isso daqui. Permita que eu copie os símbolos. Eu não sei se eu permito ou não, mas eu tenho algumas missões aqui. Tem que dar uma olhada nesses caras aqui. Tem uma missão nova aqui. Temos missão nova que liberou. Interessante. E de resto não tem mais nada, não? Por enquanto, de resto, não. Eu vou dar uma olhadinha nessas missões secundárias. E aí a gente vai começar esse Via Argentum. Depois de trabalhinhos escusos, a gente finalmente conseguiu distribuir muita linguiça pra todo mundo. Não, a gente conseguiu encontrar o Liechtenstein. E com isso, temos aí uma missão de prata, uma missão de negociação, uma missão de conseguir aliados. Só que só no próximo episódio. Eu espero vocês lá. Então, se gostaram, deixa aquele joinha que é só clicar, coloca um comentário falando o que você achou, compartilha com os amigos que é muito importante. Se não for inscrito no canal, já aproveita, se inscreve e ativa o sininho para receber notificação dos próximos vídeos. Muito obrigado e até o próximo.